We have approved one.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
My name is Imani Taylor, and I just came up here to let people know me as a mother, a daughter, and a grandchild, that I don't think it's right that y'all putting all y'all focus on the massage parlors. I think that y'all focus should go on the street, on neighborhoods that have a whole bunch of crime. For example, my neighborhood, Unionville, I see prostitution, pimps, gangs, crackheads, all type of stuff, and I don't see the police doing anything about it. They ride straight on by and don't do nothing. I'm not saying that our police enforcement is not up to status or data, but I feel like instead of putting all your focus on these spas, maybe we should think about the streets and these homes and the people that's here, instead of working on the people that don't live here. I think we should start with Macon. I also would like to address what's been going on with the police officer.
Excuse me, man. We're not going to get into that. That's a personnel matter, and we're just here to discuss the ordinance itself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You may continue.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, like I was saying, I just feel like our focus should be more on kids, because I don't want my daughter growing up in any type of environment. And my mom and my grandma raised me right, and I feel like if anybody is doing these prostitutions and all that stuff that y'all say they're doing at these massages, maybe y'all should investigate, like really, because y'all can't close something down that y'all have no proof of. I mean, I'm not saying that y'all are illegally doing anything wrong, but I just feel like before y'all should go and close all these spas down, maybe y'all should look at the streets. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
David Cole, Macon, representing the good people who believe in freedom in this city. I think that this ordinance is a disgrace. It's an embarrassment to Macon because it's anti-liberty, it's demeaning to individuals because it basically says that the people who've been supporting these spas through their patronage and who have stated through their passion and kept them in business without taxpayer subsidies, unlike the museums and Hall of Fame, by the way, have already spoken. They like these spas. They're good for our tourism industry. They're an asset to the city, and they bring money here and they harm nobody. And on record, as
oh, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, Mr. Clerk. We will not have that. If I hear that again, I will ask that you be escorted out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. The preamble, I want to go on record, is challenging the preamble and the findings in this ordinance. Basically, in a nutshell, what the preamble and findings say is that this ordinance is needed to protect the public health, safety, and welfare. From what? Nobody's been harmed, nobody's rights to life, liberty, and property have been violated through force of fraud. You also say that you need this to protect neighborhoods from being deteriorated and crime from going up. There are no studies that support that these spas have led to an increase in any type of crime with victims. There is no evidence that neighborhoods have been deteriorated by these spas. In fact, they wind up leasing in spaces that otherwise might be vacant. So the exact opposite is true. If we want to promote the public health and safety and welfare and the economic conditions, we would not pass this ordinance. In addition, all these spas have not been raided or charged with prostitution. This ordinance would affect a lot of spas that have no charges, have never had arrests, and some that have had arrests but no convictions, and will not have convictions because of police misconduct in these raids. This discriminates. We don't have a privilege license for the Catholic Church because somewhere in the Catholic Church we've had priests who molest children being protected by the priests. So we're not going to have a privilege license for the Catholic Church here in Macon or the hotels where prostitution occurs at. So this discriminates against these spas. It's a discriminatory ordinance. We already have laws against sex, slavery, and trafficking, but the fact is these folks have lied. We've had the FBI, the GBI, the Macon Police Department, the Vincent County Sheriff's Department, the Secretary of State, and the INS come here invading. I've done a 2-year investigation. They have made no cases, no arrests of any sex, slavery, trafficking, or found anybody held against their will, and they're not being held. These people need to pay libel damages to these spas for destroying their good name and good reputation. Kelly Monroe said to y'all that evidence of sex, slavery, and trafficking was they had beds, buzzers, and men parking the rear. That would be laughed out of court, and y'all folks that are lawyers know this. Lots of businesses have beds, including farms, including construction sites, and accounting offices. Buzzers are on the finance company. My insurance company has a buzzer to protect against potential armed robbers. It's totally logical to have beds and buzzers. Need 2 more minutes, please.
With no objection, you have.
Thank you. And men parking in the rear, since the Telegraph are doing their little tag investigations, it makes perfect sense, because a lot of these men are going in to get body scrubs and shampoos and other things, not prostitution. But if they got their tag parked out there, they'd be implied that they went after prostitution when nothing could be further from the truth. Now, I've totally destroyed this preamble in any governmental interest or rational basis to pass this ordinance. It's an infringement on liberty, principles of capitalism. The ordinance is a joke. Eric Erickson is a national joke. Now, they have resorted to emotionalism. I have a wife and daughter. My mother's dead. They will say, well, do you want your wife and mother and daughter working at the spa? You know what? I would much rather live in a free society where they could, as rational thinking individuals with a mind, could make that decision for themselves than have lifestyle Nazis such as Eric Erickson make that decision for them by a long shot. Freedom over fascism any day. Of course, I would like to know who the officer was that had all the sex that took care of sponsors. My money was used to pay for it. But basically, what I'm asking you to do, I've destroyed the governmental interest. I've destroyed any pretense of rational basis passing. There is none. The free market system's worked fine with that spot here for 20 years. They've served our needs greatly, the needs of our locals, our tourists and conventioners, and they harm nobody. So there's no reason to pass this. It's going to be challenged in court. You will be sued for millions of dollars of damages. The taxpayers, when the city of Macon gets sued for millions of dollars for passing this, that means I get sued. I'm a taxpayer citizen of Macon. When that happens, I'm going to get a class action taxpayer lawsuit if I can raise the money against you also. Now I've destroyed the rational for this ordinance. What I ask you to do is simply take this ordinance, throw it in the trash can, use it for toilet tissue. Pass it, Sharman, please.
There's been no one else to step forward to speak against this ordinance.
We got one more.